Hello, sixth graders. Welcome to the 4th January lesson. And again, I wish you a happy new year. Now get ready for the lessons. Open your books, please. Page 36. This is student's book. 3B Shark Boy. Here there is a story of a man. We read this during the lessons. Now there are paragraphs here, as you see. And we match them according to the paragraphs, which number is related to the paragraphs. Okay, and we can listen it, and you can check your answers again.
Track 6, page 36. Exercise 2. Shark Boy.
One summer in South Africa, Ahmat and his little brother Tariq were swimming in the sea when Ahmat saw a dolphin in the water. But then he realized that it was something bigger and much more dangerous. It was a shark, and it was swimming quickly towards Tariq. Ahmat had to try and save his brother. Sharks go towards noise, so he started hitting the water with his hand. But now the shark was swimming towards him. Ahmat tried to get on its back. "That's when I saw that half my leg was in the shark's mouth already," he said. Ahmat felt the shark pulling him underwater. He had to get away. He started to kick and hit the shark's face, eyes, nose, anything. Suddenly, he heard his leg break. With his last breath, he swam as fast as he could to the surface. Tariq and the safety boat pulled him out of the water. In hospital, Ahmat was depressed. He loved sports, but now he had to learn to walk with a false leg. Then he realized that he didn't have to give up sports. He could try swimming. So he represented South Africa in 3 Paralympic Games and won a medal. He says, "My nickname is Shark Boy." And what does Ahmat think about sharks? "Now comes the crazy bit," he laughs. He thinks that we don't have to be afraid of sharks, we have to save them. Now his job is to protect sea life, especially sharks. 100 million sharks are killed every year, he says. Who better to speak up for sharks than a shark attack survivor?
After putting the paragraphs into the correct order, we can continue with the answering of the questions. Let's look at them. What did Ahmad think he saw while he and his brother were swimming? What was it really? He thought he saw a dolphin in the water. It was really a shark. How did he save his brother? He started hitting the water with his hand. How did he get his leg out of shark's mouth? He started to kick and hit the shark's face, eyes, nose, and any other part he could reach. 4. How did he feel after the accident and why? He was depressed. He loved sport, but now he had to learn to walk with a false leg. 5. What did he do after he became a swimmer? He represented South Africa in 3 Paralympic Games and won a medal. 6. What is Ahmad's job now? He protects sea life, especially sharks. Okay, after answering these questions, here is the photo and we took them. We can pass the next page. It's part of the grammar we learned this week. Have to and have had to. Let's look at the exercises from the story. Ahmad had to try and save his brother. Then he realized that he didn't have to give up sports. He thinks that we don't have to be afraid of sharks. We have to save them. And we can have other examples. In paragraph A, he had to learn to walk with a false leg. Or in paragraph E, he had to get away. Now part B, here we talked about the rules. We use have to talk about rules or things that are necessary to do in the present. This is present, it's important. And we use had to talk about rules or things that were necessary to do in the past. This is important again. Past, in the past we use had to. Okay, part C. What does the negative don't have to mean? Choose the correct answer to complete the rule. We use don't have to talk about things that are not necessary to do. If it's not necessary, we can say don't have to. For example, I don't have to do this. If it is in the past, we can say I didn't have to. Okay, now complete the sentences. Use the correct form of have to. Let's see. Ahmad and Tariq had to escape from the shark. The safety boat had to get Ahmad out of the water quickly. Now Ahmad has to walk with a false leg. In the water, he doesn't have to use his false leg. Ahmad thinks that millions of sharks don't have to die every year. And now, workbook pages. On workbook page 26, we continue with the grammar parts. Here there is a weekly to-do list and we answer them according to the list. 1. He doesn't have to get up 7 a.m. because his mom is taking him to school by car. 2. He doesn't have to cycle to school because he is going by car. 3. He has to do his homework. 4. He has to tidy his bedroom. 5. He has to take the dog for a walk after school. 6. He doesn't have to cook dinner on Thursday because his sister is doing it this week. And for part B, look and list again, write informations, give true answers and give extra information when possible. Do you have to cycle to school? Do you have to do your homework? Do you have to tidy your room? Do you have to take the dog for a walk after school? Do you have to cook dinner on Thursday? For the answers, let's look at them. Do you have to cycle to school? No, I don't, because my mom is taking me to school this week by car. Do you have to do your homework? Yes, I do. Do you have to tidy your room? Yes, I do, because it is dirty. Do you have to take the dog for a walk after school? Yes, I do, because it needs to go to the toilet. Do you have to cook dinner on Thursday? No, I don't, because it is my sister's turn to do it this week. You can write something extra, but these are our extra sentences from the lessons. Okay, let's continue with the next part. In here, we complete the blanks with have to and its forms. For example, Sheena has to wear glasses because she can't see very well. People have to drive on the left in Britain. I had to stay in and study last weekend because I had an exam. My dad doesn't have to wear a suit to work because he is a swimming teacher. We didn't have to do extra work today because we did it all yesterday. Does she have to go to school on Saturday? Yesterday afternoon we didn't have to walk home because my mom took us by car. I broke my sister's MP3 player, so I had to buy her a new one yesterday. And here in part 3, we use the training schedule and we answer the questions according to it. It's on the next page. Let's see them. Number 1's answer is on the next page, page 27. Now we are on the 26th. Let's look at the answers. For how long did he have to swim? He had to swim for 5 hours. How far did he have to swim? He had to swim 10,000 meters. How many eggs did he have to have? He had to have 8 eggs. How many calories did he have to eat? He had to eat 8,000 calories. How much pasta did he have to eat? He had to eat half a kilo of pasta. How many calories did he have to drink? He had to drink 2,000 calories. Okay, now let's turn the page. The first questions answered here, and we answered them. Now part 4. What did and didn't you have to do last weekend? Make true sentences with the words in the box. Here are the example sentences. You can change them. If it is negative, you can use didn't have to. If it is positive, if it is necessary for you to do that, you can say had to. For example, I had to help in the house. I didn't have to play sports. I didn't have to play with friends. I had to tidy my room. I didn't have to get up early. As I said, you can change it, okay? And after we continue with the writing part, here we complete the blanks with had to or didn't have to. My important day. Last Wednesday was an important day in my life. I had to have an interview for a new school. It's a special college for art and design, and it's something that I really want to do. The week before, I had to choose my best artwork, and I had to put it all into a special folder, and I had to prepare to talk about it in the interview. On Wednesday morning, I didn't have to go to school. The interview was at 11 a.m. My mom had to drive me to the college, and she waited with me. I was very nervous, so I had to take deep breaths to try to relax. We didn't have to wait long, which was good. Then the interview started. I had to answer a lot of questions, and they looked at all my artwork carefully. At the end, they told me I didn't have to worry because I had a place at the college. I was so happy. That afternoon, my mom and I went out for the lunch to celebrate. Okay, now let's pass part B. Here we will complete the blanks. 1. Last Wednesday, an important day for Beth. 2. The week before, Beth had to prepare for her interview. Beth had to choose her best artwork and put it in a special folder. On Wednesday morning, her mom drove her to the college. Then the interview started and Beth had to answer a lot of questions. At the end, they told Beth she didn't have to worry. That afternoon, Beth and her mom went out for lunch to celebrate. Okay. Now we continue with the student's book, page 37. Here there is a listening. Listen to Jamie talking about a recent challenge. What was the challenge?
Track 7. Page 37. Exercise 7.
An important day in my life was last year when I played football for the school team. I had to play really well because we wanted to win the tournament. We had to win 6 matches, so I was extremely nervous. I had to take deep breaths to try to relax. But we played well and got to the finals. In the final match, at half-time, we were losing. The score was 2-1. Oh no, we had to score 2 goals. I managed to stay calm, and I scored a goal. Then, just 3 minutes before the end of the match, my friend Tom scored. It was the best day. We were all happy, but exhausted. We were very glad we didn't have to run anymore.
Okay. What was the challenge? The challenge was about to win a football tournament. And we don't have to listen it again. You can stop the video and turn back and replay. You answer the next questions, following questions, okay? The questions are: when was the challenge? It was last year. What did he have to do when he felt nervous? He had to take deep breaths to try to relax. What happened in the end? They won. He scored a goal and his friend Tom scored a goal 3 minutes before the end. How did he feel? He was happy but exhausted. Exhausted means very tired. And also after this we read a challenge again, and it's asking us what was the challenge. Let's listen and also we will complete the blanks with the correct form of the have to.
Track 8. Page 37. Exercise 8.
When I was 12, I went on a school trip. We had to climb a mountain in Wales called Snowdon. I'm not sporty and I don't like being away from home, so I had to be brave. We travelled by coach for 6 hours to the youth hostel at the bottom of the mountain. The next morning, we had to get up very early. It was cold, wet and dark, and I hated it. I had to climb for 3 hours. I was very happy when I finally got to the top, and the views were amazing. I was even happier because we got the train back down the mountain and I didn't have to walk.
Okay, the challenge, what was the challenge? The challenge was about walk up Snowdon, a mountain in Wales. And also the correct form of have to and negative or positive forms, it's here. We listen. You can, if you need, you can listen it again. And after this we continued with the workbook, and also I gave a homework for you to write a challenge, and we wrote some exercises, examples of don't have to in the sentences. Now let's look at the page 27 on workbook. Yes, we finished that part a few minutes before. Okay, and now students book page 37, exercise 9, and we finished them also. Alright, turn the page. This is the new part, page 38, going to the doctor 3C. Okay, here there is sicknesses, illnesses and injuries. We match them, you see. Headache, temperature, bleeding, it's infected, a stomachache, cough, it hurts, it's broken, a rash, it's bruised, a sore throat and a cold. Alright, listen and check, then you can repeat, and after we will answer the questions.
Track 9, page 38. Exercise 1B. A.
Eva has got a headache.
B.
Johnny has got a temperature.
C.
Sandra's thumb is bleeding.
D.
Mark's leg is infected.
E.
Jane has got a stomachache.
F.
Mike has got a cough.
G.
Tim's wrist hurts.
H.
Katie's leg is broken.
I.
Emma has got a rash on her arm.
J.
Sid's chin is bruised.
K.
Chloe has got a sore throat.
L.
James has got a cold.
Okay, we finished the listening. Now we will listen and you will look at the picture again and answer the questions, okay?
Track 10, page 38. Exercise 1C. 1.
Who's got a bad cough?
2.
What's wrong with James?
3.
Who's got a headache?
4.
What has Emma got on her arm?
5.
What's wrong with Johnny?
6.
What's Jane's problem?
7.
What's happened to Sandra's thumb?
8.
Whose leg is infected?
9.
What has Katie broken?
10.
What's wrong with Sid's chin?
Okay, you saw the answers now. Alright, we continue with the matching part. We match the treatments to the pictures. Have an X-ray, this is E. Get a prescription, picture G. Here, you see. Put on a bandage, C. Take some cough syrup, H. Take painkillers or antibiotics, it's A. Put on some antiseptic cream, F. Put on plaster, B. Wear a cast, it's D. Listen, then check.
Track 11, page 38. Exercise 2. A.
Take painkillers. Take antibiotics.
B.
Put on a plaster.
C.
Put on a bandage.
D.
Wear a cast.
E.
Have an X-ray.
F.
Put on some antiseptic cream.
G.
Get a prescription.
H.
Take some cough syrup.
Okay, now we can pass the workbook page 28, exercise 1 to 3. Here, the illnesses, injuries and treatments parts. According to the photos, we will say the wrong thing about each person. 1. Her leg is infected. 2. She's got a sore throat. 3. He's got a cold. 4. She's got a temperature. 5. He's got a rash. 6. He's got a cough. 7. His chin is bruised. 8. Her shoulder hurts. 9. His knee is bleeding. 10. His arm is broken. Okay, now here we look at the pictures again and write sentences with the words in the box. For example, 1, picture 1, her leg is infected. What she needs? She needs a prescription. The possible answers are here. She needs some painkillers or a prescription. He needs a prescription. She needs a prescription. He needs some antiseptic cream or a prescription. She needs some cough syrup. He needs some painkillers. She needs some painkillers or an X-ray or a bandage. He needs some antiseptic cream and a plaster. He needs an X-ray and a cast. Okay, now complete the dialogue with the correct words. You can listen and at that time you can see the answers. Okay, let's listen.
Track 14, page 28. Exercise 3.
What's happened to you? Your leg's bleeding.
I fell off my bike. My ankle hurts. I can't walk on it very well.
Oh no. Sit down. Let's look at it. Here, take these painkillers. They'll stop it hurting so much. And let's wash your knee. I'll get some antiseptic cream to put on. Then I'll put on a plaster to stop it becoming infected.
Oh, thanks, Dad. I'm not sure what I've done to my ankle.
Where does it hurt?
Down here, under the ankle bone. Is it broken?
I very much doubt it. It's not painful enough, but it might be bruised. We might have to put a bandage on it so that you can walk more easily. If it doesn't start feeling better soon, you might need an X-ray to see what's going on.
Okay, Dad. Does this mean I don't have to go to school tomorrow?
No, it doesn't. There's nothing wrong with your head.
After the joke, yes, you completed the blanks. We come back to the student's book, page 39, exercise 3 again. Here, grammar part, reflexive pronouns. We will listen to the conversation and you will find out what's happened to Simon.
Track 12, page 39, exercise 3A.
Ow!
Oh, Simon, have you hurt yourself again?
I've cut myself. Look, Mum, my finger's bleeding. I was just making myself a sandwich.
Oh dear. Then you need to put on some antiseptic cream and a plaster, or it might become infected.
Okay, Mum. Thanks.
Tash, your brother's injured himself. Could you please go upstairs and get the antiseptic cream?
Sure, Mum. Simon, you're hopeless.
Okay, what's happened to Simon? He has cut himself, or you can say he's cut his finger while he was making a sandwich. And there is a part 2 again for this conversation, because now there is something wrong with Tasha. Let's look what's happened to Tasha. Tasha has fallen down the stairs and hurt her knee. Let's listen it. I opened the answer first, sorry.
Track 13, page 39, exercise 3B.
Oi! I'm not!
Yes, you are! Ow! Ow! Ow!
Now what's happened? Are you okay?
I fell down the stairs. I've got a sore knee. It might be bruised.
Ha!
Oh my goodness. Right, you two, can you please both sit on the sofa and try not to injure yourselves for the rest of the evening?
Yes, their mom is a little bit angry. And she's right, I think. Okay, now complete the blanks with the reflexive pronouns from the dialogues. I've cut myself. Look, Mom, my finger's bleeding. I was just making myself a sandwich. Okay, write them. And now let's continue with the part B. Here we complete the chart with example from exercise 3A. We say it with reflexive pronouns: myself, you, yourself, he, himself, she, herself, it itself, we ourselves, you yourselves, and they themselves. Here are some exercises. I didn't have guitar lessons, I just taught myself. She wasn't very polite, she didn't introduce herself. They had a great day, they really enjoyed themselves. Everyone, please enjoy the party and help yourselves to all the food. The dog was running around annoying people and not behaving itself. And after this, you can complete the sentence from the dialogue in exercise 3A with might. It might become infected. Now we use might plus verb to talk about something that is or will be possible. If we talk about the possibility, we can use might. Now let's look at the workbook page 29, exercise 48. There is something wrong with the application, so I write you the answers here. You can look at them. Workbook page 29, grammar part 4, reflexive pronouns. Choose the correct reflexive pronoun to complete the sentences. 1. I injured myself playing tennis. 2. You have to finish it yourself. 3. He taught himself to cook. 4. She really enjoyed herself at the party. 5. The cat hurt itself on some glasses. 6. We made dinner ourselves. 7. You don't know each other. Can you please introduce yourselves? 8. The children didn't behave themselves in the classroom. Now part 5. Here you will complete the sentences with a reflexive pronoun and the correct verb from the box. 1. Robert made this cake himself. 2. Lisa did her homework herself. 3. We had a lovely day at the beach. We all enjoyed ourselves. 4. We didn't know her, so she introduced herself. She said her name was Ellen. 5. He cut himself with a knife while he was washing the dishes. 6. We helped ourselves to all the food and drink at the party. 7. Get off the wall, you'll hurt yourself. 8. I've taught myself to speak Spanish. So now we will continue with the part 6. And on the workbook page 29, part 6, we complete the sentences with might. For the 6, we write the answers to the questions using the correct reflexive pronouns. 1. Who made this cake? I made it myself. You can look at your books and you can see the answers there. 2. Who finished the sandwiches? We all helped ourselves. 3. Who did you talk to? Jenny and Mike. They introduced themselves. 4. Who hurt Sally's arm? She hurt it herself. 5. Who taught him to play piano? He taught him to play. 6. Who painted this picture for you? I did it myself. And for part 7, might part, complete the sentences with might or might not and a suitable verb. 1 is, I think Sue has got a temperature. Sue might not go to school today. 2. I don't know if Jack has the key. Jack might have the key. 3. I have a chance of winning the race. I might win the race. 4. We want to get a pet, but we can't have a dog. We might have a cat. 5. Jenna doesn't have much time to make a cake. Jenna might not make a cake. 6. I don't think I can play football at the weekend. I might not play football at the weekend. 7. I can't find my pencil. It might be under the sofa. 8. They don't think they can finish their project in time. They might not finish their project in time. 9. There is a chance that the weather will improve. It might be sunny later. 10. You have a chance of getting a prize. You might get a prize. For the part 8, you can make your own sentences. Okay, it's up to you. I'm not writing it here. Now let's turn back to Students' Book, page 39, exercise 8. And now we are here, listening and speaking part. Listen to 3 conversations. Match the conversation to the people in exercise 1. Let's listen.
Track 14. Page 39. Exercise 8. 1.
Come in and sit down. What seems to be the problem?
I've got a bad cough. I've had it for 3 weeks.
That's a long time. You might have an infection in your chest. Have you got a temperature?
I don't know.
Let me see. Yes, you have a bit of a temperature. Let me listen to your chest. Breathe in deeply. And out. And in. And out. Yes, you have a chest infection. You have to take some antibiotics.
2.
Why is your arm red? Have you hurt yourself?
Mum, I might have a rash. Look.
That's odd. Let me see. How long have you had this rash?
A couple of days.
I've got some antiseptic cream in the bathroom. Let's put that on.
Okay, I'll go and get it.
If the cream doesn't help, then you have to go to the doctor.
3.
I heard she had a skiing accident last week. Did she injure herself?
Yes, she did. She broke her leg.
Oh dear.
Yes, she had to have an X-ray. Now she has to wear a cast for 6 weeks.
Oh my goodness. How's she feeling?
Oh, she's okay. She's actually furious because her mum says she can't go skiing next year.
Okay. Now you can listen it again and complete the table. What is the problem? When did it start? And what treatments do they suggest? Look at the chart. The first one is that the problem is cough. It started 3 weeks ago, and the treatment is to take some antibiotics. 2. The problem was a rash, and it started a couple of days ago. The treatment is to put on an antiseptic cream. 3. The problem is a broken leg, and it started last week. The treatment is to wear a cast on her leg. For the other parts, you can make the speaking with the family members, or I don't know, between your friends, but I'm not writing it right now. See you next lesson. Have a nice day, have a nice weekend. Goodbye, take care, be safe.